Hello, my name is Prince, and a while back I did a presentation for Filian about VTubers being cryptids. However, I likely screwed up that presentation, but I will. Why do I say VTubers are cryptids? Well, let's list the reasons. For one thing, you never really see them in real life. If you do, in webcam streams, they likely have hired a body double to take their place. They usually have some sort of supernatural ability or appearance, and they are all also immortal. Graduations are just them being done with mortals, which is highly fair. They do get tiresome at times. Why am I telling you? Well, I think people deserve to know that the VTubers they've been watching for several years are cryptids. Also, in the case you are ever in a situation where you need to defend yourself from said VTubers. I speak from personal experience here. So in this presentation, I will provide an example of a VTuber and explain who they are and what they can do, and what to do in the event you are cornered by them. Of course, this being the first video, it's going to be a little bit longer with this extra stuff. Also, here's an example of what happened after my encounter with one. Yeah, they bit me. Disclaimer, that's not why I'm wearing gauze. For the first example, I have Filian. She'll be my first example, seeing as I have done a presentation for her not too long ago. Aside from that, she is a well-known VTuber and has done much with the VTuber community and has accumulated a very strong following, and it continues to grow to this day. She calls her followers snackers, with the more perverse ones being called smackers. Some of these smackers are, well, other VTubers, despite the fact that she does try to deny this. She is, however, is known to do a large amount of collabs and other such with these VTubers, and occasionally also does collabs with real-life people. Her full name, as I've found out, appears to be Filian Filipino Frank, and she has the nickname of Fussy Baby, which may be caused by an ability of hers, which we'll get to into the next slide. As for her abilities, she is a fox/cat girl. Her ears and tails, however, are more like a fox, however she calls herself a cat girl. So for, I suppose, just to be plain and simple, I'm just going to call her a fox cat. Aside from her physical appearance, she is also highly durable, as you've probably seen before if you ever watch her streams. This pairs very well with her supernatural lack of self-preservation. She's also quite athletic and nimble, as you, again, likely seen from her streams. She dances a lot and has a lot of stamina as well. As for separate abilities, she can also change her appearance as other VTubers can. However, she does have a separate ability, a separate sort of subcategory, as she can turn into other things, while most VTubers can merely change their clothing. These other forms are Chibi, Snail, and Gillian. The Chibi form is likely where she got her Fussy Baby nickname. Oh, and yeah, if you thought Gillian and Filian were two different people, they're not. They're one and the same. I'm afraid to say it, but they are. And here's some pictures. Now, if you're done grieving about it, we need to move on. Now for your survival. If you are ever miraculously cornered by Filian, which is likely very rare, I've never encountered her, but if you do, you're likely never going to get cornered by her. But your best bet is to use, well, just fruit snacks to basically draw her away from you. In the event you do not have them on hand, if I'm honest, I really wouldn't worry. Filian isn't exactly the most dangerous VTuber. Worst you'd get is probably a couple of kitty scratches, and they probably wouldn't be that dangerous. You'd probably just have to wash them, put some band-aids on them, and you'd be good to go. Another defense you could do, though, is to essentially cause her to have a spike in emotion. More particularly, embarrassment, frustration, fear, what have you. Filian's movements are highly exaggerated, and whenever she feels these emotions, they are more prevalent. Now for a rating. Each VTuber will get their own rating on how dangerous they are and how much you're likely to survive them. And, yeah. Now, Filian has been known to lose many of her combative encounters with AI, more particularly AI, and a few other VTubers, and her emotions tend to get the better of her, which causes her rating to go down significantly. And also the constant injuries she inflicts upon herself may as well have lost her quite a few brain cells. Along with her abilities not being particularly deadly, she has been given a rating of 2 out of 10. And now, with everything said and done, that will be the end of this presentation. Everything was done, for the most part, by me. There's no real editing, so. All images were found in Google Images, except for my hand, obviously. And just in case Filian ever watches this, may I clip the reaction posted on my YouTube channel. And if you're wondering where my YouTube channel is, it's been in the corner the entire time. As far as this series, I shall next be doing Lena, as she was the co-host, I suppose I could call her, in the stream where they were reviewing presentations, and thus Lena will be the next example for my presentation. As for after that, I shall discuss it further in the next video. Goodbye.